Hi everyone, sorry for the long delay at the start. I wanted to make sure the stream was actually up and running first. Hopefully you can all hear me. Twitch, I will watch the stream and see if you can. Can anybody hear me? Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Dave. Alrighty. I'm going to start off by myself, and then if somebody wants to jump in later, they can, but this is the video I had to do, and I was sitting there thinking, I'll edit up a video, but yeah, I can't be bothered, and I feel lazy, and I've been procrastinating all day, so my content's going to be a stream where I actually get this off my chest, as it were. But you remember I made a video a while ago. Let's see, let's share this and show it. This video with Ethel Moe. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, Ethel? What? Mona. Oh, God, Mona. I have absolutely butchered her name. I am so sorry, Mona. I am dreadful. I apologize. Yeah, where I had a go at her appearance on the ABC TV show in Australia called... Thanks, Badger. Called Q&A, where she said a few things that I took umbrage with in a rather, kind of derogatory way towards her. I have since spent some time actually getting to know Mona, not personally as it were, but through Twitter, through looking at some of the other stuff that she's done. And I probably owe Mona an apology. Whilst I still disagree with her concept of taking the law into your own hands, especially in relation to her talking about my country, where we have actually pretty good laws, and you can use the court system and the laws that we have to affect change. And we have a good political system where everyone has to vote, and we can get rid of the bastards if we need to, and we can still change. Now, I'm not saying there aren't issues. There are definitely issues. All democracies have issues. And I'm not saying there isn't oppression within Australia. There is. But it's not as bad as it is in some other countries. Now, Mona's experience is from other countries, and especially she comes from Egypt originally. And I probably didn't take enough of that into consideration. So while I totally disagree with her on the concept of taking the law into your own hands and we need to rise up and kill people, which is what was said, I do feel that was probably a little bit, even though the words came from her own mouth, she was pushed out of context in the format of the way the interview was. From having interacted with Mona on Twitter and looked at a lot of other things that she said and the way she's talked about things, she is in no way the person or monster I portrayed her to be. She is very strong on human rights for everybody. She is a great advocate against the patriarchy, and she really does want to dismantle it and destroy it. But she is an ardent feminist. And I appreciate her and I respect her for the things that she has done and does do, because she isn't just a feminist who words it with the mouth. She gets out there and she does stuff. And she does stuff in difficult countries like Egypt. She is no wuss. She stands up for what she believes in the hardest possible ways, in some of the hardest climates or countries to do these things in. And what she probably hasn't gone into, I don't know where, some of the really bad stuff, like if you went to Saudi Arabia or somewhere like that, Egypt is still pretty bad. And other places where she's gone, and other places where she's stuck up for women's rights, where she's stuck up for LGBT rights, where she has even stuck up for men's rights. means that the image that was portrayed on her on Q&A, even though I said the words coming from her own mouth, is not entirely accurate. And I think the way the show was probably done pushed her particularly in a corner. I think there may have been an element of one-upmanship amongst the people who were on the panel. I don't know if this is true because I haven't actually spoken to Mona about it. But having seen the way that she's interacted with other people online, the way she's talked about things, the way that she doesn't condemn people out of hand, and even though she has strong personal opinions, some of which I don't agree with, a lot of which I actually find I do, I honestly think I owe her an apology. While I will not take down the video because I think some of my points still stand, I apologize to Mona for the language I used in that video. I think I was a little bit over the top, perhaps a little bit inexperienced in my making videos online. And I'm sorry, Mona, you are a lot better person than I gave you credit for. So that's my bit that I have to do here. But to highlight my point of how Mona is, I'm going to stop sharing this one. And I have a tweet here from Mona that I want to point out how she actually does support people. Here we go. Here's Mona's tweet. I want to address this. I'm embarrassed and I apologize for what I said in this tweet from 2011. 9 years ago, I didn't have the language to describe trans people or issues correctly. I've learned a lot and I continue to learn how best to be an ally. I will continue to fight bigotry. To be clear, that's what she said on her newest tweet. This was her original tweet from 2011. To be clear, I have no issue with trans models. I have an issue with lingerie companies passing off a man's body as a woman's body without saying. Now, the person who brought this Twitter message back to her, she'd forgotten about it, is actually a gender critical who brought it up to try and say, oh, yeah, you're hypocritical because you said something nasty about trans people. And that's where it all stemmed from, even this thing underneath it. Like, now, wait a second, who's a TERF? They were having a go at Mona because she has been sticking up for trans people, for gay people, for lesbians, for men and for women, for everybody. And she has been putting herself out there. And for that, for the fact that I've seen her own personal growth on Twitter, and for the fact that I should have personal growth because I have seen this and I can see that I was wrong in my attack on the other video. And I do think I probably attacked her. I apologize, Mona. I apologize wholeheartedly. Whilst I still think my points remain that rising up in violent thing within a country like Australia is over the top and is a ridiculous call to arms. We don't need a call to arms in Australia. I can see why you would in other countries, even though I don't necessarily agree with it because I don't like violence. But I don't see you as the bad person that I did. I quite admire you. I think you do a wonderful job in the things that you do, and I wholeheartedly apologize. So that's what I wanted to say here about Mona. And that makes me feel really small and humble, but I'm glad I did it. If anyone in the chat would like to come in and keep me company, or I can just sit here and talk drivel because, as you all know, I love the sound of my own voice. Hello, intellectual iconoclasm. I will say hello to everybody because I really haven't. Hi, PJ. Hi, Raven. Hi, Dave, but I already did say hello to you. Hi, Badger. Who else is in there? All right, that's all the people who've said something. Anybody else who's there who actually isn't saying anything in the comments, hello to you all. Thank you for coming. Like I said, if anyone wants to jump in and give me shit, come on, give me shit. If anyone wants to come in and tell me I'm wrong and I shouldn't apologize, come in and tell me I'm wrong and I shouldn't apologize. If Mona has actually jumped in the chat and wants to challenge me and tell me why I'm wrong about everything, please do so, because I'm always happy to learn and become better and have personal growth for myself. And if anybody's around who's seen this and realized that, hey, Jen shouldn't have said this shit that she said about Mona, come in and tell me why. And come in, well, I know why mostly, but come in and tell me the other stuff. If people want to correct me on something else, come and correct me because I'm in the mood to be corrected right now. Hi, Shannon. How are you? You missed my apology, Shannon. Unless, of course, you were just lurking before. Yeah, so yeah, I feel very strongly about personal growth. I think any of us, when we've made a judgment about someone and we can see that that judgment is wrong on reflection and on getting to know the person, not that I personally know Mona, but on getting to see the work that she's done, getting to see her interactions with other people, and the occasional interaction that I've actually had with her, I have to admit that I was wrong, that I overreacted. I'm not wrong about her attitude towards rising up in arms. I still strongly believe that there is no need to do that in a progressive Western society. But on everything else, and on any rhetoric I threw at her in that video, I was wrong. And I apologize wholeheartedly to her. I don't know. I thought Shannon was blue. PJ's not even blue. What's wrong with me? That's interesting. Okay. Shannon, you might have to type something else again if you want to get modded, because for some reason you're not showing up. You're only showing up in my StreamYard, not actually in my chat, which is weird. Okay. There you go. You are now a mod. You are not a figment of my imagination, Shannon. Oh, and by the way, I know you saw what I said before, Shannon, but in all honesty, what do we know about you from the videos that you make? That is, you're a lovely, caring, beautiful person who looks out for people. Yet you are an inspiration to all of us. Yeah, I gave you a wrench for shilling ring, but hey, of course you're supposed to have it. I cause mass hallucinations, do I, Raven? Yeah. Is that the problem you have with Jay after our streams, is it? I have written the song that goes along with the meme I did about Gwyneth Paltrow, and I was messing around with it earlier, and I've realized I'm going to have to rewrite parts of it because it doesn't exactly fit the tune. And as I was mucking around with the tune and doing it, I was wondering if it's even right that I should do it at all. I'm having a feeling that the meme is enough on its own, and actually making a song about that is just as bad as the candle itself. Yeah, exactly, Ring. With visions of candles danced in the head. No, that's not the song. It was going to be the same. It's going to be Elton's song. So it was. Yeah, you've seen it. You've seen the meme. You know what's in it. Though I still think the meme's better than her candle. Yeah, that one, PJ. That one. The candle in the wind. Or it wasn't wind in this case. I replaced wind with an alternative word that I'm not even going to say on here because this was an apology video to start off with, so I really don't want to go down that route just yet, in case Mona ever actually sees this, because I don't want to ruin it. Mass hallucinations. As long as you're not having mass hallucinations of Gwyneth Paltrow, I think you'll be fine, Ring. I had a plan of doing science videos this week, and Yeah, I didn't sleep well last night. I got up, sat down in the lounge room for a little while with the intent on catching up on a few people's videos and fell asleep for 6 hours. So I have now had 12 hours of sleep today, but spread out, and I'm buzzing at the moment. And this is not good because I have to get up and work tomorrow. So yeah, it's not necessarily a good thing. But hey, may as well have a high on sleep. It's a lot healthier way to have a high than any other way. Oh no, Badger, don't go down that road. You don't want to hallucinate about that. That's going to be a bad trip. That's some very bad shrooms. And given the way she thinks it smells, I would hazard a guess she's probably growing some down there. Yeah. Well, I don't know where the candles come from originally, but we know where they come from later because it's the only way they could possibly smell the way she thinks they smell. And Raven, it's kind of your fault because you told Jay to do the other tweet. If he'd stuck with the original one he was thinking of, this would never have happened because I actually didn't know about this. Although I probably would have found out eventually, but I would have forgotten about it again before a big issue had been made about it. Yeah, I don't blame you for not being sorry. I'm not sorry either. I'm not sorry at all. Yeah, I think it's the funniest thing ever. And I can't imagine why she thinks it's a great idea. Yeah, the original may have made people angry, but angry justifiably. You know, a lot of tweets make me angry. People say and do stupid things all the time. So, yeah. I mean, I got angry this morning, well, my morning, at another creator over something that I really probably shouldn't have been angry about, but I did a shit 24 hours. So yeah, didn't react well and tore him a new one. But something he didn't do actually, that he was supposed to have done but didn't. But hey, I won't talk about it anymore because we came to an amicable solution. So, which I am very, very happy with. But that's the thing. If we allow personal growth, we discuss these things with people and we come up with solutions for things and we come for better ways, I think the whole world becomes a better place in general. Wasn't you, Badger? Most of you know what I'm talking about because, well, some of you know what I was talking about because you're in the channel. And that's the thing. I never profess to be perfect. I will make mistakes. I will jump down people's throats at time because I can get moody and bitchy just as much as the next person. And I know I do. So, yeah. Deal with it, people. This is me. Just be aware that I will always try and be contrite and apologize and come back from that and be the better person for whatever bad shit I did or said or was a part of, because I want to be a better person. I always want to be the best version of me that I can be. And and if that means somebody saying to me, Jen, you're being a bitch, or Jen, shut up for a minute, or Jen, do the right thing, please say that to me because sometimes I need that. I am sometimes ignorant of my own stupidity. And if you're somebody who I care about, who I consider myself friends with, and that's most of the people who actually watch my videos, but even some of the other, even if you don't really know me, generally speaking, you can call me out on something. If I don't agree with you calling me out on it, I will tell you. But I'd rather be called out on it than pussyfooted around. And yeah, that's how I want to live my life. That's how I've tried to live my life, to be the best version of me I can. And to do that, I require other people to sometimes say, you just fucked up. And turn that on the other ear. If somebody fucks up, I will probably tell them. And I may not be the politest person about doing that because, yeah, I'm human too and I'm stupid. Yeah, me too, PJ. I get pissed off and annoyed about things, and sometimes I say the wrong things, and I take out my frustration on a person who probably doesn't really deserve the level of frustration taking out that I do. And that's me being human, me being fallible, me being stupid. I'm never going to be perfect, and I accept that. Which is why I'm more than happy for people to call me out for my own stupidity, provided I was being stupid. If I wasn't being stupid, I'll fucking tell you that you're wrong and I was right. And I can dig my heels in like the best of them. Just realize I still have a screen there, which I don't need to share. They deserve it mostly, do they? Yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't. Anybody who's watching, if they want to hop in and give me hell, tell me something I've done wrong that I should really apologize for, or just want to challenge me on something, anything, I am more than happy to be challenged. I'm more than happy to discuss anything with anybody. If it's something I'm not prepared to talk about directly or completely openly, I will tell you and we can move to a new subject or whatever. If you want to ask me something in the chat, ask me something in the chat because I'm here now and I'm happy to talk drivel. Oh, no, it won't be drivel, but, the way I run my streams is the way I mostly make my videos. It mostly comes off my head. So if I'm debunking something, I've got one of those brains that's great at storing in facts and is useless at storing locations and names. So I will debunk something that's sciencey and I will forget who did the original paper or where it was done and possibly even the year it was done in. But I'll know all the rest of the details of it, which is incredibly frustrating. It makes it really hard to look it up if I'm looking for a reference. But my brain's just around that way. Names just go away, sort of thing for me. Yeah, exactly. Intellectual iconoclasm. Admitting that you've been a dick or an ass or whatever is part of personal growth, and I think it's very important, and we should all strive for more personal growth. None of us are perfect, but we can get closer to being the best version of ourselves by embracing when we make mistakes and working towards personal growth. And I love to see personal growth in others. And I especially love that when I can achieve it in myself. So if anybody wants to water the waters of personal growth on me, go for it. Because I think it's one of the most important things we can do is to grow as individuals. And I obviously mean in that way, as in personal growth, not as in how tall people are, because I really don't want to be any taller. 5'8" is plenty. Hi, Tiny. Oh, PJ, I totally agree. Perfection is definitely overrated. I like my little imperfections. Well, most of my little imperfections. There's some imperfections I really like to change, but that's part of personal growth. I mean, I have a dreadful habit of talking over people, and it's because of the way I was brought up. In our family, if you wanted to be included in the conversation, you didn't just sit there and wait to be allowed. you spoke out and you injected yourself into the conversation. So that's how I learned to have conversations. So when I'm in streams, quite often I will talk over people. So if anyone's ever in a stream with me, even if it's my own stream, and I'm talking over you, tell me to shut the fuck up. Because it's the only way I'm going to learn. And I'm quite old now. I'm going to be 50 in a couple of years. So I really, really need a kick up the ass so I can learn this. Oh, yeah, look, for me with cookies, one is too many. I could sit there and eat a whole bag of them. No problems. I'm a bit like that with chocolate too. It's just like, no, no. I have a sweet tooth and I have to try and stay away from it or I wreck myself. As a part of personal growth, I used to play a lot of sports. If I go back 9 or 10 years ago, I was playing three games of netball a week. These were all in the evening after work. So 3 games of netball, a game of indoor beach volleyball, and a game of indoor soccer. And I ended up with shin splints from playing netball and was told by the doctor I had to stop playing for 6 months. But I went from doing exercise every night, an hour or more every night in fast-paced games, and sometimes more because occasionally I'd get asked to play extra games and fill in for other teams and stuff like that. So I went from doing that to doing nothing for 6 months, but I didn't change my eating habits. So I ate like I was still exercising 5 nights a week. Yeah, but I can talk over everybody right now because I am the only one here. If you want to fix that, Badger, I will send you a link. In fact, I will grab the link and I will shove it into... Right, wait. All right. Yeah. I've shoved the link into Purple's chat channel if anyone wants to jump in and tell me off or tell me to shut the fuck up or whatever you want to do. If anybody else wants the link who isn't in that group, send me a DM. I will... if I'm not following you, maybe hopefully I'll notice it. But yeah, I will send you a link. So yeah, I was talking about netball. So I went from that to doing nothing and eating the same as what I was, and I was in the position where 2 years ago I decided that I am obese and I need to lose a whole shitload of weight. So in the last 2 years, I have lost over 40 kilograms, which is quite a substantial amount of weight, and I still have some more to lose. But I feel so much better about myself, and this is a positive change in personal growth. So I feel good about that. Hi, Badger. You're muted, by the way.
I wasn't ready. I was like, okay, I'll just put myself in here, then I'll go get my soup.
Oh, just mute yourself again and go get your soup. I can keep talking. You can come back and tell me to shut up.
All right.
You lost 8 pounds, PJ, and your ass picked it up. Well, that's not a bad thing, getting a bigger ass. There are many, many men and women who like other women, who like women with bigger asses. you know, that whole ass thing is a great thing. I love a nice ass myself. You know, if it's a guy with a nice tight ass, it's great. And if it's a chick with a nice big ass, that's awesome and all. Oh, that's not a good way to do it. Intellectual iconoclasm. That's really not. Yeah, gaining 20 pounds and then losing 10. So what, well, yeah, the army will make you lose weight there. Oh, you won't hear Badger. Hi, Global Mum. Hey, do you want to hop in, Global Mum? Or are you at work or something? Yeah, he's getting soup. He needs his breakfast or his lunch. No, it'd be lunch. I'll get the time zones right eventually. You can hop in too, Tony, if you want. If anyone wants to hop in, like I said, just send me a message if you haven't already got the link, and I'll send you the link for the chat. Cool. Yeah, everybody has to go and get things. I mean, hey, wonderful. So just for the record, for anybody who's joined me, the whole point of this stream to start off with was I wanted to give an apology to Mona, whose surname I'm not even going to try and pronounce because I fucking it up right at the beginning of the video after I thought I was going to start off so good. Yeah.
Adele Dazeem.
Are you telling me to shut up now, Badger? No, obviously not.
Okay, maybe I've got my headset actually on now.
You thought you were talking to me, but you weren't.
Well, no, I just wanted to jump in and say that you were still pronouncing the name wrong, so I thought I'd John Travolta it for you.
I honestly, my brain cannot figure out how you pronounce the name at all.
I should say I have no idea how to pronounce the name.
Yeah,
I just wanted to join in.
I can't believe I swapped it around and I called it Ethel Moon.
That's all right.
That's my dyslexia. That's
all right. I've been reading your name as Ken's little Jonah all week.
Although it wouldn't be surprising to me if there wasn't a channel called that.
If not, somebody should make one.
A maker's channel called Ken's Little Joiner. Joiner.
So I now have my soup. This has been a success. So I hear that you've started some controversy and then tried to sort it out. Well,
look, I don't know if I really want to go through it all again because we amicably solved the problem. But suffice to say that I was really pissed off.
No, I've noticed that happening a lot on Twitter lately.
Well, I think in some ways I was very justified. I mean, I did bend over backwards to do what he asked, and then he knew how much pain I was in when I actually did it. And then he went to all the effort to reinsert the video and sort it all out and then didn't bother publishing it. I'm like, yeah, great. I think I was somewhat justified. However, a solution has been made. And,
wonderful.
And there will be another set of videos featuring other people who actually missed out for various reasons. There actually was somebody else who was forgotten in the mix. There is, of course, Navadi who actually forgot to make her video.
Yeah, she's probably busy rummaging for cheesecake.
Yeah, or sucking not your dick. Oh no, did I say that out loud?
Well, I thought that was what the cheesecake was a euphemism
Oh, that's
for.
a euphemism, is it? But yeah, so she's going to be doing hers. I think Angie's going to do one as well, and I have no idea who the other one is because yeah, I think he's aiming for 5. Hi, Jen. I hope this works for you, given that it's StreamYard.
Well, there's only 3 people on, so it should still work.
Okay, that's awesome. So yeah, yeah, it wasn't great. I feel I possibly overacted a little bit, but I was kind of pissed, especially after the discussion the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought yeah. So yeah, but I've apologized for overreacting. He's apologized in private for what happened, and the plan is to make a whole nother set, and I will be in that one along with the other people who missed out, which I think is actually the best way to deal with it. Because having more voices is always a good thing. And
now, before I get any more awkward,
sorry.
Before I get any more awkward about this, which topic are we on right now?
Oh, the thing from last night. It would have been last night.
Right? No,
yeah,
okay.
with,
no, I came back from getting sued. Right, hang on. This is
no. I'm talking about the this morning when I did my nut at a certain person.
I see. No, I've been noticing
that. While I feel justified, it was over the top. But you do that when you get pissed off and angry.
Yeah, I've been noticing that with my tweet habits lately.
Yeah,
I've had more. I've had less. I disagree with your view, but respect your position, and more. Oh, fuck off.
I do that. I had a day yesterday where I blocked over 50 people, and I'd never had a day like that before. And I will grant that the tweet that I made that caused me to have to do that was perhaps overstating it a little bit.
What was it about?
It was in response to actually something that Mona posted, and it wasn't to her. It was I was actually in agreement to something she said, and she was talking about TERFs and other bigoted groups within the UK. And I made a statement that I thought the amount of these people who are crawling out of the woodwork and actually getting voice time on media in the UK is actually promotes a bad image of the UK to the rest of the world. For anybody who's actually
I'm a UK.
I know you are. And then I said it wouldn't be like that if their education system wasn't controlled by cis, het, white people, religious people, actually.
Hang on, you said that, or they said that, or who said what?
I said that.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I think I overstated my case. In my defense, it was 2 a.m. when I wrote the tweet. So I went to sleep and woke up to a feed full of TERFs and gender criticals trying to tear me a new one. So it ended up block.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I don't understand why I don't get any feedback from the TERFs and the GCs.
Well, you've got to realize I made a comment on a thread made by Mona, and Mona has a following of several 100,000 people on her Twitter, and she made a direct statement about TERFs and other bigots in the UK, and I made a statement under that. In fact, it was one of the first statements on her thread. So of course they went after me. Because they were going after her too.
Well, I just guess I'll have to say something more direct towards them then.
Yeah. you got to be careful what you say because they are very ban happy. See,
Yeah.
I blocked people, but they went on the thing. Yeah, but I mean, a couple of them I interacted with a little bit because they seemed like they weren't going to be completely off the wall, and then it quickly went off the wall, and then block.
It's one of the benefits of being a smaller presence on the social medias is you generally only have to deal with one at a time.
Yeah. Yes. It's one of those things. Like, if I hadn't have said something on her thread, I doubt I would have had any interaction at all. Apart from a few people who said, "What the fuck are you talking about, Jen? You've made a gross overstatement there," which was a fair enough comment, but that wasn't the comments I got.
Mm-hmm.
As you can imagine. So, yeah. Having said that, almost as many people liked it as criticized me for the comments. So, what does that say about people's perception of things in the UK?
As a UK, I would say that perceptions of everything are very polarized around here at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, there is certainly an issue with a lot of the right-wing media giving it a lot of voice time to some very questionable people.
Yeah, we've got it in both directions at the moment. We've got the same on the kind of the fringes of the left, and the same on the kind of the fringes of the right. And I try to avoid the whole left-right divide as much as I can anyway, because on different issues I fall on different sides of it at certain times. But I find that rather than yes, I'm a mastermind who skillfully avoids all of the pitfalls that both sides fall into. What I actually find is, no, I get it in the neck from both sides.
Yeah, well, I tend to normally sit in the middle, but because I was commentating on Mona's thread, and of course she is very left wing, they just assumed I was left.
No,
which is, I suppose, a fair assumption. But hey,
I've been called an SJW and a Nazi in the same thread.
I mean, in all honesty, if you're going to choose to call me one side of politics, I'd rather be pushed down the leftist side of it than the right, because I find the right reprehensible. There are a lot less reprehensible things I see coming from the far left than I do from the far right. I'll grant you there is definitely reprehensible things on the far left as well, but I don't see as much of that as I do from the other side.
No, I lean decidedly more left than right, but
yes,
but still that.
Well, it depends what you're talking about. If you're talking about how I position myself on social issues, I'm definitely very left. If you're talking about my ideas as far as size of government and government interaction with things, I'm probably a little bit more closer to central, because I do like a little less government interference as far as business goes.
I'm kind of in a similar place to you, I think, on a lot of that.
Yeah, and I don't mind having slightly more controlled fiscal policy, but I also believe that you do have to have public works as well, because the government has to put money back into things. So yeah. I am very centrist, and it's shot. I mean, I'm a swing voter, so although there isn't a conservative party currently that I can think of in the Western world who I'd be happy to vote for.
Same.
And that's kind of sad. The only problem I have in my own country is, whilst I hate Scott Morrison and our Liberal Party, which is actually our Conservative Party, that's so fucked up. While I think he's a complete arsehole, the opposition isn't any better. The leader of the opposition is completely incompetent, and he's never going to get elected. So how do you vote? No other party's going to get in. So
we've got a similar problem in the UK.
Yeah, isn't that the reason why Boris got in?
I cannot vote for conservatives. I cannot. They, as individuals, yeah, there's some folks that don't seem as crazy as the group, but if I vote for somebody who is a declared or a real live card carrying Republican, What I'm doing is saying that yes, I support you and your party, and your party's message and all that kind of stuff. And when I look at that party and their message, and how much hate there is spewed at me as an individual, I cannot possibly support them.
Hmm. Hello,
You know,
by the way. I
it's
don't
like-
think we've been in a thing together before.
If you have 100 position papers and they all say different things, and I can be supportive of some of them, but one of them says, by the way, you're trans, you should die. How can I support that?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I agree with you there.
that puts a bit of a downer on your support, really, doesn't it?
Oh,
It's the
ring
same-
up another thing. Hang on, ring.
It's the same with the Conservative Party in the UK. There are certain things where I look at their policies and go, okay, that's not terrible. And then there's other things that, oh yeah, but you've redone the whole benefit system so that all the poor people are starving to death now. So I really can't support you on that.
Yeah, it's yeah, it blows my mind some of the ways that the governments will do things. They'll come up with some decent idea and then they'll fuck it over with something else.
Add something else in with it that screws the whole thing.
Yeah, do one thing at a time. Don't ruin us by giving us something else that's crap that we now want to stop. But yeah, I mean, you had a similar problem with welfare payments for disabled people over there, didn't you?
Yes.
The way they do their test, it went really stupid or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had sort of people who have chronic long-term conditions, who have been evaluated previously as needing
permanent care
and vehicles to support getting to and from things and stuff like that. Suddenly being reevaluated and then going, oh, actually, yeah, you're fit for work. And I know that our evaluation says you can only work for half an hour at a time and you have to lay down in between. But yeah, you could travel for 2 hours to get to somewhere and work for half an hour and then travel back for 2 hours, couldn't you?
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. Was it there's been a couple of similar stupid ones done here, but there was a guy who had an assessment handed down to him. He's a full-time carer for his wife, and they suddenly decided that she was capable of looking after herself. She is a quadriplegic, and they were in their 50s. She's not capable of looking after herself.
Yeah, but she could look at the microwave sternly until the soup is warm.
Yeah. It's like this is nuts. I mean, how can you even consider this? And there's been a few times where local members of parliament have had to step in and change the way the Department of Social Security has dealt with things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, you absolute munters. It's like,
meanwhile in the US, it's like, what social security?
Yeah, you've got a title.
Social security been started, and you don't actually have any.
Yeah,
but there's a title there that just doesn't do anything.
Hi, Glover Mum.
You have a social security number.
Yeah, you have a number.
You just can't use it for anything. It's like that badge you get from it's like that badge you get from going to Jesus camp as a kid that says I'm a Jesus kid. You can't actually like use it to exchange for goods or services, you know.
Well, when you die, maybe.
Yeah.
I've still got the badge somewhere, so I could use that if I'm wrong about the other stuff.
Yeah. Here's my credentials. Let me down.
I went to Sunday school once.
Hey, I taught Sunday school. How's that?
So did I. 11 years.
Yeah. Oh, not that long. I didn't teach it that long.
Yep, 11 years. Yep.
I've been married twice, both times in a church.
I actually
that happens.
I actually preached a couple sermons at my youth group.
I've been married in both genders.
There you go. Hey,
That's fascinating.
good for you.
Was it kind of suit the first time, dress the second time, or was it less traditional kind of
No,
attire?
it was definitely suit the first time, as uncomfortable as it was.
Mhm.
And the second time, I wore a black skirt with a white top, so I wore a mix of black and white to get
Oh,
married.
nice.
Classy.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was nice.
Speaking of which, I should get dressed.
Oh, naked badges.
Well, Dave
yeah.
said he wanted nudes on Twitter, so
My brother was my best man for the wedding, and the morning of the wedding, he said he comes to me and goes, "You are doing the wrong thing. I will not say anything during the wedding, but you should not do this."
it's nice of him.
Me, he knew, so it was like, "No, you're an idiot." But I mean, she
Well, it
knew
looks
as
like
well,
Jenny
the-
Morgan's having StreamYard's trouble.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. She, the woman I married, my first married, she knew I was trans, but I hadn't transitioned. I got married pretty young, so, and I'm bisexual, so it didn't bother me. But I think she thought she could fix me. So it didn't work out that well in the end. But we're still friends, which is a good thing because of 2 kids, which should not be. I mean, in all honesty, given that I'm intersex, I'm really unusual in being an intersex person who is actually fertile.
Yeah, that is definitely unusual, and it's
is.
something. It's a very fascinating kind of position to be in, I would imagine.
Well, it's.
Excuse me while I eat my soup.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So well, it's because of the type of intersex I am, because I'm a chimera, and it's split across all the cells in my body. I must have had just enough of the correct cells in the right spot that meant I was fertile, which is really weird considering the way my body was chemistry-wise. So, but yeah, I'm glad it was that way, and they ended up, and they're definitely mine because they look like me. Poor kids.
Jen.
Also,
God,
I need to
come
I
on.
need to correct you on something.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, when I said I was around 200 pounds and then I joined the army, I didn't lose weight when I joined the army. My weight pretty much skyrocketed.
But to muscle.
In like a muscle sense, or
Yeah, but the thing is, like, since me reckons on how fat you are by BMI, which is completely and totally, inaccurate and, not a real good measuring metric. According to the army, I was fat.
okay.
But, yeah, I'm like, I'm 6'3".
Oh, you're tall.
Yeah, I was tall and skinny, and then I joined the army, and
Look, you.
yeah. I think I'm currently hovering around like 250, 240-ish.
So hang on. You were talking about your wedding before. Have you actually had your wedding, or are you saving for your wedding?
No, we're married.
You're married. Okay.
Yeah, this is my wedding ring.
Oh, you got a tattoo.
Yep.
Oh, let's hope you never break up.
Yeah.
That's a lot harder to remove.
Yeah. It's a tattoo of the wedding date across the wrists.
Oh, cool.
Actually, my uncle has a tattoo of rather than like a wedding ring, he had a tattooed on wedding ring.
But
yeah, we were gonna do that, but then the tattoo artist nixed because the finger is actually a really bad place to get a tattoo. It'll wear off like crazy fast in regards to tattoo.
I would have thought it wouldn't have been a great place myself, but that's what he's got.
But she's in the UK, isn't she?
Yes.
So are you still moving, or?
Yes, as soon as I clear my debt and can get a visa.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be
It's
awesome.
okay, Ian. You're not coming from Europe, so we'll still take you.
Watch out for all them TERFs and all those other bigots in the UK. I'm sure Badger can put you in the right directions.
What, do you want me to find you some?
Oh gosh.
I should say I personally try not to have them on hand, but
And and seeing as how the first part of my screen name is a Lord of the Rings reference, I
You gotta admit that was clever.
yeah, I was.
Yes, it was.
Thank you, Quandary. I enjoy personal growth. In case anybody missed that.
Personal growth is a good thing. So
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. I mean, I make videos which pretty much tear people apart, and if I'm going to be wrong about something, I should own up to it.
yeah, exactly.
So, and in this case,
by the way, you were wrong in that
completely-
video you did.
Sorry.
So, by the way, you were wrong in that video you did.
No, but
I don't know which
I was
one.
not wrong about. The main point I was not wrong about. It is abhorrent to suggest that we should rise up, that people should rise up and kill other people just to achieve equality. That is abhorrent as far as
That
I'm
is very
concerned.
important.
Yeah. I
But in the rest of the ways I came at her in that, because of things she'd said, I think I think the way the show was done and the way it was all put together, it was such that it was very easy to take her out of context.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I definitely owed her an apology. But that's personal growth, and I've gotten to know her better. And here comes Badger again. Badger mushroom.
That is not the button to change tabs.
Woo.
Yeah.
You gotta be more
That's
careful,
the button
don't
to
you?
close tabs. So they're like, I'll just click on this so I can check down there.
I've done that before.
It's musical screens.
Yes. There you go.
I'm over here now. Why am I frozen?
One of these things is not like the
Like
other.
the other.
Here's the
I
I'm
see.
on
story.
camera right now. I'm not looking
Oh,
good.
You realize none of these things are like the other? Because
Yes.
Global Mum is an avatar.
Yes.
Yeah.
I broke
I
it.
got that.
Bad Tempered Badger is a badger.
Yep.
Ring's a guy and I'm a girl. So hey.
I seem to have broke me webcam though, so I'm just gonna reset it and put me smoking
Yeah,
jacket
you're
on.
frozen. You're frozen.
Yeah, I've been frozen.
Yeah.
I think for about 10 minutes. I haven't noticed.
Are you sure you haven't been taxidermied?
It's just taxidermied me. I haven't noticed.
Did you forget to put money in the heater, did you, Badger?
I forgot to put money in the camera.
So those 25 cents, you got to put 25 cents in every time
you
for
you
2
got to
minutes
put
or
money in
something.
and then crank back.
You know, if you say you forgot to put the money in the camera, sounds like you're in one of those porn booths.
That's what I'm saying. His 3 minutes were up. He forgot to put the money back in.
Oh, I wonder. I wonder if he was, if he's been banned from the wildlife cams.
How'd you know about that?
Oh, little bird told me.
Where have I put the
I own up, Badger. If you had the opportunity, you'd shit on Bill Oddie.
Who says I haven't?
I just
Well, you see,
realized,
the thing about Bill.
Americans have no idea who Bill Oddie is.
The
No,
thing about
no.
Bill Oddie is he's really into watching the starlings. So all you got to do is catch him when he's out watching the starlings, but try to get him when he's like under a tree, and then you scramble up the tree and you just.
And he thinks it's a big starling.
Oh, the U.S. has like a massive starling problem and has had one
Oh, yes, we do.
in the U.S.
Why
Yep.
would you want to watch starlings? They remind me of pigeons. They're just rodents in the sky.
There are
I can't
rodents
imagine
in
anything
the-
more boring. I mean, if you're going to bird watch, go find a rare bird.
The only thing interesting about starlings when they fly is they somehow like their telepathy. They know which way to fly in the groups. It's like a fluid thing. It's like, how do they do that? You know?
I mean, like big, massive schools of fish like do the same thing.
Yeah.
I might be getting the term wrong. It might be shoals because there's like
Yeah.
two different types of behavior. One's schooling behavior and one's shoaling behavior.
Right.
I always get the two mixed up.
Yeah. I just find it fascinating how they're just so in sync when they do that. It just amazes me.
Yeah, it's like, you know, one of them's when they're like all swimming as one, and then one's more of a loose collective.
Right. Yeah.
Get which is which.
There you go, Badger. PJ loves you.
I was saying earlier when
Aw.
Badger was frozen, I've actually seen some people on cams where they're frozen. I want to say something, then they move. You know what I'm talking about? It's like they look like, are you frozen? Are you,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do it when I'm watching David Worley's streams, and he switches everything around and mutes himself, and he's there just talking. He's going.
I have to ask PJ: is redhead turkey vulture a euphemism?
Possibly.
Well, there are turkey vultures, and they do have red heads. So,
but I get where Jen's coming from.
but
Oh my goodness, redhead turkey.
And,
I've never heard those before.
and Jenny, yeah, the starlings were actually brought by a person who had two very particular hobbies. One was Shakespeare, and the other was bird watching. So he thought it'd be a good idea to take every bird mentioned in Shakespeare's plays and bring it over to the U.S. with him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
And now we have starlings everywhere.
That's yeah. That's a very specific set of interests
Yeah.
that are combined in a very unhelpful way.
so starlings are your cane toads.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be worse. We could be Colombia with their, cocaine hippos.
Oh, no.
I have heard some stuff about these cane toads, though.
Cane toads are dreadful.
Oh, yeah.
We don't
I
get
used
them
to-
actually where I am, but they are all over the country. But
I used to work with a guy when I was a lifeguard who was from Australia. And he had stories about the things that he and friends would do to get rid of cane toads, which probably shouldn't be repeated, to be honest.
if you run over them with your car, they go pop.
they
I would have done
They're
that.
not lethal.
Yeah.
Cane toads are quite big toads, so of course they're squishy. They're
Yeah.
amphibians, and they go pop.
they played golf.
With a cane. Yeah, people do that. I mean, they're an absolute menace, cane toads. They kill other wildlife. They're disgusting. Not just because they're toads, because they are. I mean, the dumbest thing ever. Oh, we got to stop the weevils getting in the sugar cane. So, hey, cane toads are good at that. Yeah,
Yeah,
bring them
exactly.
to Australia where they have no natural predators. These things grew to 3 times the size they were in their natural habitat and took over the fucking place.
Yep.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, pretty pretty much everything, pretty much all amphibians are like actually more opportunistic, generalists than anything else, than feeding on a specific thing.
Oh, they're dreadful fuckers. They eat dog food and then they fall asleep in dog bowls and the dogs try to eat them and it kills the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, marvelous.
Yeah.
Because they're crazy poisonous.
Oh, yeah. And people lick them to get a high.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
you fucking kill yourself. But
That just reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons where Homer.
Yes.
Oh,
they do it on South Park as well.
It's like, if I remember right, Homer pissed off PBS, so he had to go into hiding, so he went off to a tropical island to be a missionary. And he started licking toads.
That sounds like something you'd do.
Homer's done a few things like that.
Oh, is that the one where he made an anonymous phone call to donate lots of money to keep a TV show going? Because he thought that as he said anonymous, they wouldn't know it was him. But he called from the house phone, so they knew it was him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And immediately turned up at his house saying, "So where's the money?"
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah, like Yo-Yo chasing him while playing the cello, and he like fires the Yeah.
I think I remember that one now.
It's
been a while
A few
since I saw
episodes of The Simpsons I've actually seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as good as it used
Good
to
episodes
be.
of The Simpsons, but it's like South Park. They've been going so long now that they're
Yeah.
repetitive themselves.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, we weren't allowed to watch The Simpsons growing up because it made fun of Christianity.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of Ned
I
Flanders.
can't- yeah.
Highly honed, neighborino.
Yes.
Well, highly
My
honed.
Marge.
Locally dokley.
No, Fred was. I mean, Flanders was one. Remember they had the episode where they found out why he did all that stuff because of his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beatniks.
yeah, beat parents or hippie parents. Yeah.
This is the one room in your house that has electricity, but don't go in there. It's got too much.
Okay. Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing again.
Oh, dear. Or the one where Lisa walks up to him and hands. She goes, I've got something for you. Definitive proof there is no God. Well, this looks sound. Nobody can ever see it. He eats it.
Yeah.
I think Lisa's perpetual motion machine is broken. He's going faster and faster.
Yeah. Isn't that the one where Homer yells at her and says, "No one's allowed to break the laws of physics in this house"?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. I couldn't remember how he phrased it, so I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
The one I remember my husband brings up a lot is when the rapture happens.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Lisa starts floating off. She's like, "Oh no, young lady, get back down here," because the others aren't going.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, you're right. It's been 30 years for that show, so they've read a lot of stuff.
And we're all talking about one of the early episodes here.
I know the earlier ones, yeah.
Well,
I used to watch the earlier ones of that, but not so much the latest ones. I used to watch Family Guy quite a bit, and then
but it's the same. It's been going so long now that
yeah, it is.
they started for me doing a lot. They had they always had the element of shock humor, but then they started relying on that for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was kind of okay. Now it's just Stewie's done that now.
The thing with Family Guy and The Simpsons, though, they do them so what do you call it? Like they do them like last year or something like that, but they can still add on every now and then. They can't get like like timely stuff in there, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where South Park, they're working on it up to the minute it airs, so they can get more timely stuff in on their shows.
Even so, I'm not a huge
But
fan of
still.
South Park anymore. It's like it's incredibly derivative of itself, and
I've never seen an episode of South Park.
Never.
You haven't?
Mm.
I have, but I'm of the opinion now that South Park's got to the point where if it can outrage, it's happy.
Yeah,
and
and
yes,
who
it
can
was always
offend?
about outrage, but
Yeah.
that seems to be its only purpose now is outrage. Whereas
Yeah, and who can you offend? Like you said, outrage, and who can we offend this week? Yeah.
And it wasn't always just about offending people. It actually made good social commentary at one point.
Right.
But the later episodes don't care about the social commentary. It's just let's find
No.
someone to
Were they
offend.
kind of really? I don't know. I can't explain it. Were they kind of really not really liking it too much? Is it made Mr. Garrison the president, a la Donald Trump?
Yeah.
So he's got like the orange face. They really didn't need to do that.
I mean,
that show. They really did not.
I mean, most
that
of the
alone.
issues that they're trying to be offensive about now, they've covered in the past
Yeah.
as social commentary without being anywhere near as offensive as they're being. So they fucked it up.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
At that point, it's you're looking at it and you go, well, this should have ended several years ago.
Yes.
You
Yes.
maniacs! You blew it up! Damn you!
Exactly.
Damn you all to hell!
Trying.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean,
Didn't they kill off one of Marge's sisters?
Did they? Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
I think they killed off. I'm trying to think which one was it. I want to say they killed off Selma. I believe. I'm not sure. Yeah, because there's one still there, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they killed off the other one.
And they killed off
They killed her
Miss
off with.
Krabappel, and yeah.
Did they really? I
Yes.
didn't know that one.
Yeah, she was married to Flanders for a while.
Yeah, I
and
knew
they killed
that.
her off. Yeah, and they killed her
Huh.
off.
Wasn't it because the voice actor died or something?
Oh yeah, yes, that's right. The lady that voiced her passed away, so they killed off her character.
Mhm.
Oh well, I kind of get that.
Yeah. So I understand that.
Sometimes that's better to do, or have them move away or something, than rather.
Well, yeah,
actually-
because you can't get a new voice, even a similar
Oh,
voice.
but
isn't
no,
the
people
same.
do. I mean, they did it with
Yeah.
Meg in Family Guy.
That's true, they did, but that was early on too, so it wasn't like it was already established like this one was. Yeah.
But my whole problem now is with what's her name who voiced Meg is if I see her doing something, that's all I can hear is Meg.
Yeah, I know, huh? I know.
I don't seem to have that problem, but
Oh, I know I do.
I have other problems.
And
We know you've
like,
got problems.
PJ is enjoying the Badger show.
So Badger, do you take mushrooms?
Well, I'm a badger. I eat all of the wild foods of the land.
Oh, so you enjoy some psilocybin then?
Possibly.
He's gonna have to Google that.
But I ain't even trying. I'm dyslexic. That's no.
Yeah, that's, if I pronounced it right, that's the active chemical in magic mushrooms that
In that case, yes.
Yeah, that makes everything go all in a Gata Vita.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also like to visit local chicken coops.
Yeah, badgers do like to do that, don't they? Yeah. Hmm.
Is that for the sex or is it for the food?
Or both. Oh my gosh, Badger! I just noticed that head coming.
I should not comment on the exact nature of my visits to the chicken coop
What stays in the chicken? What
For-
was it? What goes on the
for
chicken?
legal
coop?
reasons.
What happened? in the
So you're gonna plead the fifth on what you do in the chicken coop.
Oh, that reminds me of that character from South Park.
Which is like a specific one?
The traveling library book guy who decided to teach the town a lesson by screwing chickens.
Oh yeah. I remember that one.
Right. Just a minute.
I remember that one.
But, see, I brought you all together by fucking. You were fucking chicken.
Didn't the chickens get killed when he did that or something? I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember. If they were killed, they found like these dead chickens or something. I can't
Yeah, but
remember
he
now.
didn't kill the
South
chickens.
Park
Okay.
Library Chicken.
I try to remember.
Chicken. There's an episode called Chicken Lover.
Yeah.
It's the third
Well, it's like
episode
the-
of the second season of
Like
the
the PETA
South Park.
episode was one like that too.
It was a really early episode. It's not actually an episode that really had to go at anybody. It was just ridiculous.
It was. The other ridiculous one was that vote or die episode where they had the PETA camp.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's afternoon for you. It's morning for me. Just.
What are you doing here, Dave? We can't have two Brits in the same stream.
You're crossing the streams.
Oh no! Hey, there's two Americans in the stream. Are you American?
Yeah.
One Ring.
Oh, we need another Aussie.
Yep.
They're
So we
all
got two
like-
Americans too. There you go.
Yeah.
It's been an
Good
Australian stream.
morning. Good morning. Good
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, I'm from Montana.
Okay, I'm California.
Okay, so even like two Northwesters.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got he's southern and we're northern. We're basically completely different species.
You northern bastard.
I mean,
Southern pansy.
Do you realize, Logan, how long it took me to realize that your avatar was you holding a baby?
Me holding a baby.
You, where's your mum?
Oh,
That's that guy.
Everything's about you, David. That's what you get with these.
You're holding a cane. You're doing.
I thought that was obvious, which is why I was surprised.
This is what you get with these northerners.
Your house.
Everything's about them.
No, I thought the two
and
globes
you know,
were meant to represent eyeballs, and it was just some weird sort of head.
I hadn't seen
I
that.
thought
till
that
you
for ages, and then it suddenly tweeted to go, "Oh, you fucking idiot!"
Oh gosh. Oh, now you got my pareidolia going. Thank you, Jen. It does look like a bird from here. It's tiny for me. So.
I screwed
you
up
can
the
never
power
unsee it.
Exactly. I was
Actually,
gonna say,
I can't even see it. So
And let me.
yeah. I live in Northern California, so we have this thing with Northern and Southern California. It's not that we hate each other, but it's like stay down in your spot
There
part
you
of,
go.
of California, and I'll stay down in my part of up in my part of California.
so you're in the decent part of California.
Yes, I'm in the better part of California. Hmm.
You can't see it in that when you're just seeing it in a chat or it's big screen like that as a
Yeah.
logo.
I assumed
But
it was eyes.
Twitter,
Yeah. See, I'm in the better part of the UK, whereas Dave is in the northern part.
oh, is Dave in Turf Central? Is he?
I
Is that why he follows Glenna?
don't know. Oh, Glenna. don't
Honestly,
fucking
I
Glenna.
don't think I follow him.
I
anymore.
know I know you don't. I was just giving you shit. There are quite a few people who follow me who actually do, which blows my freaking mind.
But I only followed him
Yeah.
to see what he was up to.
I might
I
actually follow
unfollowed him.
Glenna because I tend to follow people that I disagree with so I can see what
Exactly.
they're doing.
right? But I ended up unfollowing him.
I
Well,
didn't
I ended up
follow him,
unfollowing him
did
because
you?
someone objected. And,
You have to
and
keep an
started
eye on
fucking
each
getting
other.
people to unfollow me.
Actually, Dave, I think it was probably me who objected.
No, it wasn't. It was someone that
It wasn't
someone that,
me.
no. But the point is, I don't tend to use my follows anyway anymore. I follow too many people. So
You know, I follow Boris Johnson. That doesn't mean I agree with him.
True.
Anyway, I know. The only reason I brought that up is because I know somebody who did a chain block on for everybody who followed Glinda, and I'm like, that is not the way to block people who you might not disagree with. There are so many people following Glinda for so many different reasons. That's not the way.
So as Boris promised to build a wall and make the French pay for it.
we've got a moat. We built years ago.
Yeah,
I
the whole
was going to
country's got a
say,
fucking moat.
There's a
I
channel
was
in
going
the
to
way.
mention that we've got this channel, but actually Boris might try and build a wall in the channel. It sounds like the kind of scheme that Boris would come up with.
I don't know,
Like right in the
you
middle
guys had
between
this
the two,
beautiful
huh?
channel and you built a fucking tunnel under it.
Yeah,
That's
he's going to
true.
bomb us tunnel.
I know. You just build a wall in the tunnel.
Yeah,
Block it off. Oh.
And somehow the French would still climb the wall.
they drill around it.
Cheese-eating surrender monkeys.
They'll just make their own tunnels like they do here on the southern border, so that's okay.
What was it that Dara Brand called the diggers that when he personified them in his comedy sketch about it? Chuggy or something?
What?
Are we going to see Paris today? Yes, Chuggy. It's a brilliant it's a brilliant routine, that. Yeah, don't think I've ever felt so upset for an inanimate object ever. You still got to ask, why the hell didn't they bring the diggers back out?
Well, in case they had to dig some more.
Yeah, but they just turned them sideways, dug little side tunnels, and walled them in.
Well, no. So you know why they had to come up? Because they delved too deep and too greedily.
Oh, game right.
So-
Basically, too expensive, they were wrecked.
I
The
think
French took theirs apart.
what's actually going to happen is that the diggers that are down there are going to come bursting up out of the ground at some point in the future, and
They'll have evolved.
the Badger uprising will begin.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
god, I just had the Morlocks in my head.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, we would have like just regressed to like childlike innocence and a completely vegetarian diet, and then they'd farm us for cattle.
There you go.
Are you claiming that they are robotic badgers?
Well,
Uh,
funny you should say that, because I mean, I honestly think if enough of us end up becoming vegetarians, we might revert back to. I mean, after all, it is the fact that we started cooking and eating meat that actually helped us evolve larger brains.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I've just eaten like a lot of sausage, so I'm not planning to.
So I don't blame
Did you have anything to,
So I don't know, because like
Was there more to that, Dave?
there was, but my mind went in half a dozen different directions, and I couldn't pick on one that was crude, but not too crude.
I think our
I think we've
our
got some points in
technology
this
might
game
be
that it
far
doesn't
enough. Might be far enough to where it would basically serve as crutch to keep our if that makes sense. Like any loss of brain of sapient function covered by technology. Oh man, maybe I should go eat some meat.
Go eat some meat.
See, I'm perfectly coherent. That's because I've been eating sausage all morning.
There you go.
It's
Oh,
funny,
you've been eating sausage, have you?
I had beef stew last night, so there we go.
Was it cream filled?
What, the sausage?
Yeah.
Not by the time I was done with it.
Jen.
And there we have gone off.
And we've gone off the trails.
Going off the
Just don't mention
rails.
anything about a candle either. Don't mention anything about a candle. Oops.
I already did in the chat earlier.
Oh my god, that was a funny night episode on Saturday night, Jen. That candle joke just kept going and going and going.
Man.
Oh, and poor
Well,
ETC.
Like I said, I've written the song. I actually rewrote "Candle in the Wind" to be "Candle in
Right,
the
okay.
And I was sitting there with the music to try and make sure it all fitted. And I'm like, I'm going to have to edit this a bit. And I'm looking through what I've written and I go, I'm not actually sure I can do this. I'm not good at it, but because I'm not sure if it's right, I think this actually might be worse than what she did.
Right.
Put it on my Pornhub channel.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure if I record it, it may end up going. It might actually be really good for my channel if I did it. But
It might be.
I just don't know if I should do it.
Just make sure you mark not for kids so YouTube doesn't come back on you.
I might call myself not.
So Jay, like, I'm not sure which was like worse for Jay, was the fact that it dragged out through the entire show.
Yeah.
I was pushing it as much as everyone.
I think both.
Jen
I
was.
think it was both.
We were running that.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
He was just like, oh, geez, okay, let's do it. Let's go. He was like trying to change the subject so fast when that candle thing came up. Oh, man.
It's
It's
a
like-
sad state of affairs that I've had to mark my video of a mouse in the shed as not safe for kids.
Why?
Because I don't want to get marked as kids on my channel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. I mean,
Because I talk about things like candles.
sorry, I'm really worried about the song I
See
did.
that? I brought it back.
I'm worried about the song I did, the Jesus song, because it is directly a mockery of a kid's song.
So, Badger,
Yeah.
about that
Hello.
candle on your mantelpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get down.
Actually, it's got a huge flame, so I don't think it's that kind of candle.
Yeah.
I think it's the other one, the other area of there, that kind of candle.
Oh, the green thing.
No,
Well, it's supposed to be a lava lamp.
no, the one on the other side toward the away from you on the mantle
On the
toward
left.
the left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's.
yeah.
It could be one of those candles because it does look a little bit saggy.
Oh, talking of saggy candles, I used to have this beautiful bespoke candle stick holder, with the multi-candle things. Anyway,
Candelabra.
Candelabra.
I had it sitting in the middle of the tables, and I went away for Christmas, and it was 40-degree plus heat. And when I got back home, all the candles was over the
Oh god, they all melted.
Yeah.
We've had that.
table. And it was great.
That imagery has been added to by my internet going slightly funky as you were speaking, and I'm sure you said candle dick holder.
You can buy candles in penis shape.
They're all, well, they're
I
tapered.
wonder.
Get my tapered one. There you go.
Interesting if Gwyneth Paltrow sold them that way. Dick-shaped candles that smell like her pussy.
Are you implying that Gwyneth Paltrow has a penis?
No, her candle is a dildo.
Oh well, that's all my interest gone.
You had that video about the witch that went to the candle shop and they actually had dildo candles.
You can definitely get
Yeah,
dildo.
That reminds me of
So-
the nun joke.
The penis-shaped candle.
I'm very disappointed that that's not what you meant, Jen. I was suddenly becoming interested in Gwyneth Paltrow.
Well, you know, you know what the thing is about nunchucks, right?
What? Go on.
They're all right as long as they don't become a habit.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Boom, boom.
Two nuns in a bath. One says, "Where's the soap?" The other one says, "It does, doesn't it?"
What?
All right, just a minute while I calculate the variables here.
Yeah, that one like just whiffed right past.
Yeah.
I'm like replaying in my head, going, "Okay, is it like a pun?" You know, it was like, okay, but I can't. Can you explain it?
One
What was she
says-
doing with the soap to wear it?
Yeah, as in the soap wears out. Yes,
Yeah.
I got that, but
How do you not get this?
I think I'm starting to comprehend where this is going now.
Okay.
Yep.
I get it now. Okay. At first, it just didn't sound.
hi Andrew.
Did you hear about?
Going.
Did you hear about the dyslexic bank robber?
No.
No.
It's the only
didn't
joke
hear
I
about
can
it.
remember at the moment. Okay, so a guy is a dyslexic man. He goes to rob a bank, but it's his first time robbing a bank. So he decides to write the speech down on a piece of paper so that he doesn't forget like all the important bits of his speech as he's robbing this bank.
Yeah.
But he's dyslexic. So he goes into the bank and he pulls out the gun and the note. He points the gun at the bank teller. He looks at the note and he says, "Air in the hands, mother stickers. This is a fuck up." That's literally the only joke I can remember at the moment.
So, what's the difference between? How can you tell, you know, if a black bear is in the area versus a grizzly?
I
I,
don't know.
I don't know where this is
I'm
going.
concerned.
yes, so am I.
See, black bear scat will have, you know, like nuts and berries and like maybe bits of fur in it. Grizzly scat will have bells and it'll smell like mace.
Grizzlies
know.
eat people.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Okay.
Oh,
I was thinking something else. So
There's a rhyme for how to deal with different varieties of bears that I remember. One, if the bear is brown, lay down. If the bear is black, fight back. If the bear is white, good night.
Nah.
There was a meme a few weeks ago about a polar bear. No, it wasn't about a polar bear. It was about an albino bear that was really, really pissed off that every time it managed to walk its way back to the forest, some fucker moved it back to the North Pole.
That's my favorite polar bear story is Brian Blessed.
The one where he roared at it.
Are you suggesting
He
Brian
didn't
Blessed
ju-
polar bear?
Right. You know Brian. Is everyone aware who Brian Blessed is?
Yes.
no.
Okay, Brian Blessed played the winged guy in Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gordon's
Yeah.
alive.
Flash Gordon's alive, and he's well known for being a very large and loud man because he has, I believe he has like twice the lung capacity of a normal human. But anyway, he in his later life he's become a bit of an explorer and was going to the Arctic and Antarctic and all various kind of stuff. While in one of these places, he encountered a polar bear because they were all in their tents overnight, and a polar bear came snuffling around looking for some food and came snuffling in through the front of his tent. Brian Blessed woke up and realized that there was a polar bear in his tent with him. So did the only response that makes sense being that he is Brian Blessed, and he reared up from his sleeping bag, went "Roar!" and punched it in the nose. At which point, this poor polar bear just kind of went, "Fucking steady on, mate," and legged it.
Oh, dear.
He is someone I am going to be very disappointed when he dies.
Mm.
He has been in so many things over the years.
Yeah.
My favourite moment with Brian Blessed is doing that thing about with Stephen Fry about whether swearing increases your pain tolerance. Just sticks his hand in a tub of ice water and continuously says bollocks. Just stay with his hand in the water, just go bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. after like a minute, he's like, "Oh fuck it," and pulls his hand.
Oh my goodness.
Is he considered a national treasure yet?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. Also, he was a big part of the Save the Badgers campaign a few years ago.
Oh, so of course you love him.
Mm-hmm. He and Brian May did a collaboration with the guy who made the Weeble Stuff cartoons on, back when, before YouTube was a thing, so everybody had Flash animations on their own website.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember Weeble Stuff?
Weebles.
Yeah.
Okay, now Brian Blessed and Brian May did a collab. He was also the guy who originally made the Badger song.
Okay.
Mushroom.
Brian Blessed and Brian May of Queen did a collaboration with the guy who did the Badger cartoon to do a new version of it called Save the Badgers, which has Brian May doing Queen-style guitar playing, along with Brian Blessed voicing a badger character that looks like the character he played in Flash Gordon.
Oh boy!
It's got flying badgers and a sort of an evil Cull empire flying this weird-looking gold spaceship with an angry farmer with a pitchfork leaning out the window. At the end, it's just got Brian Blessed falling through the sky on a falling mushroom. Just there going, "Keep the badgers alive!"
Oh wow!
That is probably the most surreal thing I've ever heard.
I will find it and put it somewhere.
I've got it.
I would put it in the chat, but I don't think I can put links in the chat at the moment.
I can.
Yeah, we had Weebles here, but they're like little toys, so it's not
Yeah,
the same
Weebles
thing.
bubble, but
They
they
don't
don't
fall
fall down.
down. Yeah.
Are we
that's-
allowed to repeat it? Because I would put it in the stream.
That's an interesting question.
I think yes, if we comment on it, because then we're providing commentary and
The
critique
thumbnail is just
and engaging
oh my
in fair
gosh.
use.
We can play Rate the Badger.
Hey,
Oh, I love that thumbnail.
If we are providing commentary and critique, we are engaging in fair use.
I'm going to share my screen and I'll play the first part of it just so people know what it's like, and then people can go and watch it. Okay.
Exciting.
Do you remember the honey badger video?
Honey badger don't give a.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, you
There we
ready?
go.
Mm-hmm. Oh jeez.
There's Brian May's badger.
Yes.
All right, I will
He
stop
even
that
got the hair too.
so people can go and watch that because
It's it's like what? It's very much just ripping off that scene from Flash Gordon.
It is. It is.
That's literally the point. Because if I've got this right, didn't Queen do the music for Flash
Yes,
Gordon?
they did.
Yes.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he could get away with it.
So they had both
Yeah.
Brian Blessed and Brian May on board
Uh-huh.
with this Save the Badgers video.
Yeah, I better get a copyright strike for that. Less than 30 seconds, though, and we are talking about it.
Yeah, we were talking over it too, so
Yeah, we were talking over it too. So
And they didn't look like badgers.
yeah, and I don't think they will care. I think if I make a claim back, I think it'll be fine. So.
Yeah, I am planning a video something. I'm going to start this again. At some point in the future.
You're actually going to do videos again.
No.
You're going to have rodents in them.
Yes, actually, I have a half-made rodent video, but
no chickens though, because they'll be dead.
I have a project in the works where I'm talking in more depth about the badger cull, and will be heavily relying on the resources provided by Brian May on his website about
Awesome.
wildlife conservation.
Do you live close enough to get into Cameo?
Interview him.
Okay, can one of you say one of those things at one time?
Yeah.
I'll shut up.
After you.
Oh no! Now we're gonna have the after you for 2 hours.
Please.
Yeah, go first. It's your channel. You go first.
Oh,
Johnny Proper.
I can't even remember what I was saying now.
Something about Brian May.
Oh, so why don't you ask him if he'll do an interview?
Oh, that's gonna go brilliantly. Hello, I'm a small YouTube channel called Bad Tempered Badger. Would you like to come on?
Unless you ask. And I've asked some big names before, and
I mostly tell people that certain religions are bullshit.
on a completely unrelated note, Jen, how's that other thing going?
which other thing?
That you had a big interview. You were doing with
Yeah, it's still gonna. It should be happening. We're hoping that we can organise it for next month at the moment, but it's just queuing him when he's available.
Cool.
So yeah.
Ask Brian May.
I want
Email him. It doesn't hurt.
will
One sec.
at some point, but I don't know. I think Meredith's going to have to do all the talking to him because I don't think I will be able to because I've been a fan of Queen my entire life.
Oh, so have I.
So I'll be a mess if we have to. I'd be the same if I think I could manage interviewing Brian Cox, as in the science communicator, not the other Brian Cox.
What if you interviewed the other
You
one?
think you could interview him? I'm not convinced I could.
We haven't talked to him.
What if you were to interview the other Brian Cox?
I don't know. That was
Ask him,
too.
and while you're interviewing him, ask him a load of science questions.
Oh, that's right.
And then ask the science Brian Cox about how he felt about being in that film with Steven Seagal.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that would be awesome.
Just spend
Oh, and ask him if he's going to be in the next X-Men film.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
The worst thing is, it's not impossible he would be.
Yeah, I think that's actually true with Brian Cox because
It's also true of Brian Cox.
It is.
funny that. And it's not unusual to have Brian Cox comment about something in science
Mm.
or Brian Cox.
Mm.
It'd be fun to interview them both at the same time and say, "Well, okay, Brian," and just ask a question. And
Well, look, this is going to
no, I
get
meant the other Brian.
Brian
I
said,
know-
and you
Okay,
other Brian.
how about this?
Yeah.
I will at some point. I would like to set up like a chat like this, but where it's just me interviewing Brian May, Brian Cox, Brian Blessed, and Brian Cox.
And you're not allowed to use the surname under any circumstances.
So, Brian, what do you think of Brian's point?
All I can
I think we can put it off.
Brian, some say you're the Messiah, while others say that you're a very naughty boy.
the whole Bruce
Yes.
sketch all over again there.
What other Brians could I involve in this? Just a minute.
He's gonna look at Brian.
Bryan Cranston, or yeah.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston. Yeah.
I'll ask him about the pizza on the roof. What other Bryans could I ask on? Bryan Cranston.
That's the wrong sort of Brian, Angie.
Oh, there we are. Brian May, Brian Cox.
He doesn't act,
You don't go to work, Ned.
but he's still a
You do this.
Brian.
Oh no way!
I could.
Got to say,
I'm having some problems with this famous. I'm having some problems with this famous Brian list. There's one here. I don't know who he is, and he's dead.
before
There's
Freddy,
lots of-
Okay,
Brian.
that doesn't count then, does it?
before Freddy died, Globenum.
I'm sorry.
Before Freddy died.
Yes. 1980 and 1982.
Oh, that's it. I'm never talking to you.
Yes.
I would still happily go and see Queen.
I got to see him in his heyday. Mhm.
Brian Blessed. There he is.
Because I actually don't mind Adam Lambert. So I go and see them with Adam. But yeah, I would love to have seen them in their heyday.
I was one who wished that George Michael took over after Freddie died. He would have been a
Most of these
perfect
Brians
frontman
are
for them.
sports
He
Brians.
was.
It's a shame Chapman's not still alive.
When they did the concert, the tribute concert to Freddie,
Yes.
and they had George Michael sing with them.
Yes.
It was just so perfect. It was
perfect for it.
the best of the songs that were a tribute to Freddie in
Mhm.
that concert,
Exactly.
and he had the audience on the side. as well.
He had the range to do those songs.
Yeah.
Who are
I
any of these
Adam
people?
that he sings them in his own style. He doesn't.
But then when
I
they
would-
got that other guy, Robbie Thomas, or I think was it Robbie Thomas, that singer that he didn't have the range, and he was from Bad Company,
Paul, whatever.
or Paul. It was a Paul.
He did the original tour with them after Freddie died. Paul.
Yeah,
something.
yeah. He was the lead singer from Bad Company, I believe.
Yeah. Paul,
Yeah,
his first
he-
name Paul, but
he
I can't
did-
remember.
he did not match the band.
No, I agree. Whereas Adam does, but it is
Yeah.
very different to hearing Freddie.
I have like an emotional connection to two Queen songs.
Yeah.
I've lost the stream. There, right there it is. I have an emotional connection to two Queen songs, specifically because of their appearance in the Highlander film and TV series.
Yes. That was really
yeah.
good. Yep.
Who wants to live forever?
Hmm.
There can only be one.
I watched Bohemian Rhapsody and I cried. My daughter's
Oh,
like,
that's brilliant.
"Mom, why?" I go, "Because I lived through that. I remember seeing Live Aid on, live. I lived through it." And she's like, not there, but on TV. But she was like, "Oh, that's true. You were." I go, "Yes, I was alive back then, Caitlin." So she understood. She understood,
Yeah,
I go, it was such, thinking of all the good Freddie could have done, and
Hmm.
it's such a shame.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was
some
such a
people
shame.
in that era that we lost through AIDS. Kenny Everett.
Kenny Everett.
Oh God, nobody knows who Kenny Everett is.
Didn't he have a late night show?
He did.
A late show.
Yeah, because they wouldn't put him on any earlier because he was a bit.
Well, I am going to tune off any second now,
He
I'm
was
afraid.
hilarious. He was irreverent, and
Okay.
yeah, his style
Yeah.
was. He was he was how would you describe Kenny Everett? Monty Python on mushrooms.
Okay. That's a picture. That's a mental picture.
Billy Connolly often appeared in a lot of his shows.
Yeah, no, I know who Billy Connolly is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are a few other people from that era who appeared on Kenny's. He died a couple of months before Freddie did.
Okay.
So yeah.
So he died in
And
91
I
as well.
can't believe I'm the only one in the stream who knows who he is.
Dave knows who he is. Dave's old.
Dave,
Well, I got
do you
no
remember
memory.
Kenny Everett?
All I remember is his show was pulled because someone died. That's it.
Oh,
That's the
dear.
only memory I've got of him.
That's something of an endorsement, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm old now.
I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
showing my age.
Well,
Oh! Nerdy remembers.
StreamYards.
Thank you, Nerdy. Thank you.
What's this about?
Yes, and his statement, all done in the best possible days.
No, you gotta remember, too, I grew up in America, so I don't know who.
I
Kenny
am going to
Everett
need to doodle off, though, I'm afraid.
is. So
Had his big beard and stuff. Well, so did Kenny Everett, but they used to do a scene where they both dressed up as old biddies, and they'd talk about stuff, and it would and Kenny Everett would say a whole heap of things, and then wonder why certain things happened, and then say to Billy Connolly's character, why do you think this is? And Billy Connolly's character would say something along the lines of, I really wouldn't know. I am a man after all. It was just hilarious the way it was done.
All right, I got to make my escape, everyone.
Inappropriate
We're not
now.
letting you go.
Oh,
We're not letting
Okay.
you go. We know how to trap badgers.
he's got to go to the
Yeah.
chicken house and get some lunch or something.
Do 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 do.
Well, it's coming up to
Do,
tea time.
do, do, do,
Anyway, we've been going.
do, do,
I
do,
shall speak to you all
do,
again
do.
soon. Very nice chatting with you, and
Yes.
hopefully,
Badger before you go.
what?
Chill.
Oh, shill, right. Hello, I am Badger. I sometimes talk about stuff on the internet. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Minds, Gab, and Pornhub.
Okay.
I
Badger.
do a bit of storytelling. I do a bit of racism-related stuff. I do a bit of saying that Disney Star Wars is shit and the Legends is the only good Star Wars, and
Them's fine.
and so on. They are, and I will fight anyone who disagrees.
I haven't seen
He's
the
a bad-tempered badger.
I'm gonna have to make the effort to go and see it so we can actually take it to actually do another show on something else. Hey, Ring.
Well, if you want to have me on to discuss it, I have 4 pages of notes here about the last one.
Did
the
you ever
last
find
Disney
the
rip-off.
one good thing?
Yeah, I
What
thought
was it?
the banter between Finn and Poe in it was pretty funny.
I thought you were going to say one good thing is it's now over.
No, because Disney
Star Wars
still,
will never die.
Disney still
Disney
owns the
has
rights
it.
to it, and
Star
Disney
Wars
still
will
trying
never
to push
die.
that as what's true. So no, it's not over, and it won't be over until Disney stops trying to say that is the story.
And
It's
Disney
not
has a lot of merchandise to hawk as well, so to sell. So
It's all right.
yeah,
They'll
it's gonna
reboot it in a
continue.
couple of years.
Yeah.
Complete reboot.
yep.
You reckon they'll do a reboot?
Have you seen Star Trek?
It'll be a different universe, right? Like a different
I'm
timeline.
sure one of the characters will make it through a wormhole and talk to them.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to know what will probably happen? At some point, the BBC will probably sell Doctor Who to Disney.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
No, I'll listen to that right now anyway.
I'm going to leave before I become properly angry. Because as much as
I think you might have just given Badger rabies.
as
Uh-oh.
much as I disagree with the current handling of Doctor Who has a special place in my heart, and Disney
That's
can
true.
fuck off.
Yes.
Before you go, Badger, what did you think of the New Year's?
I haven't seen it because they still have the same writers doing it, and I'm not going to go back to watching it
It's
until.
really good. Don't watch the third episode, but watch the first. Don't watch.
The third episode wasn't
Think
bad
about it.
until the last 10 minutes.
Sorry.
The third episode wasn't too bad until the last 10 minutes. It was a good filler episode until the
I'll
last 10
think
minutes.
about it. Right, I gotta go. Thanks for having me. See you all later. Bye.
Bye, Badger.
Go on.
And I'm gonna make
I think he rage quit.
everyone except for maybe Nerdy Rodent mad at me. So Nerdy Rodent said the only good Star Wars is a Star Wars with Argonians. And then someone brought up, Disney what if Disney bought Doctor Who from the BBC? So
Mhm.
that happened, perhaps we'd get Star Wars with Silurians.
Oh wow. Oh, they'd put Doctor Who into the Star Wars universe, wouldn't they?
Probably.
Yeah.
God. I wish I had
I was
suggested
thinking-
the whole
I was
idea.
thinking more like
But
Battlestar
no, it
Galactica.
wouldn't work.
Oh,
You couldn't have
no.
it. You can have a Doctor, assuming that they're into. No, you couldn't do it. It's too powerful.
Yeah.
The species is too powerful.
I was thinking more lines of like Battlestar Galactica, the original, where they had that spin-off series. The ones where they were on Earth, present day Earth at the time, where they actually found Earth. Battlestar Galactica 1980.
Mm.
I think it
Oh,
lasted like a season.
I thought
When
of
Star Wars.
I just-
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just thought of something even worse. They'd use Doctor Who to link Star Wars to the MCU.
Oh no!
No, no. We cannot ruin the MCU. No.
I actually could more imagine them sticking Doctor Who into the MCU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yes, I could.
I can really imagine that. I mean, it's aliens anyway, so
And they
Yeah.
have Doctor Strange in it, so why not?
yeah, why not put the Doctor
Very
in?
similar.
It
You
wouldn't
could turn up
necessarily.
to repair the random crises.
Yeah.
But what would Disney do to Doctor Who if they got hold of it?
Yeah, though
Who made the Doctor Who film?
if they did try and put the Doctor into the MCU, then there'd instantly be the question of what the fuck was he doing when Thanos was
Yeah, I was thinking about that
He
with
got
Thanos.
it.
Yeah, what do you do?
He might have got.
Can't be everywhere.
Yeah, he
He
can't
might
be
have got
everywhere.
blinked out of
He might have got
existence.
blinked.
And then he got blinked back in.
Yeah, but it was all life at that moment. He could have been in a different place in space time.
Yeah.
True.
If Disney got a hold of the Doctor, they'd reboot
What,
it
baby?
and then
What?
put him into the MCU. So
Yeah.
yeah.
My grandkid,
Oh, I
my
love
grandkid just came in the
it.
room meowing at me.
Yeah.
Meets Yoda on board the Battlestar Galactica to defeat Super Mario.
Why would
Oh
Super
my
Mario
God.
need to be defeated?
Yeah, Tony.
True.
Tony, I saw that. I heard that too. And you are
You've seen Doctor Who.
you are most definitively wrong.
Yeah.
I said they're similar. I didn't say whether they were the same.
Only in that they've both got Doctor in them.
Well, you know what I mean. And they both can. Well, Doctor Who has his TARDIS. Doctor Strange has the portals and everything.
Yeah, that's because Doctor Strange is a wizard. Well,
The
he's
Doctor-
the
But
sorcerer's.
he wasn't born to it. He had to learn it. Right?
In a D-
Doctor Who is all tech.
Doctor Strange can't change genders.
That's true. He can't regenerate either.
Oh no, he can change genders. He can't completely physically regenerate.
Right.
He can change gender.
No,
I don't-
I don't know. Depends on whether or not he knows contingency.
I have no idea. I try to remember the movie completely, but yeah, it's been a while. Doctor Who meets Doctor Strange and Doctor Doolittle.
One of these is not like the
Doctor
other.
Who is Doctor Doolittle.
Oh, there's a Doctor Doolittle movie coming out this Friday, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
It's in the vein of the original one, but yeah, they have, I didn't look at the trailer, but I saw like how it plays when you're looking at something, and it
Yeah.
showed the CGI animals that talk. It looks like
Yeah. The main issue I have with it is it looks like they're going with the It's a Power route, and I don't like that route.
yeah.
I do agree, but it does look
What else are you going to fit into any
very
of
much
Marvel
the
universe?
tone of Doctor
Yeah.
Dolittle, aside
original
from
one,
that change.
Yeah, I like Eddie Murphy's one, which was magic.
Oh,
Oh, me too. No.
no. Eddie
Sorry,
Doctor Dolittle was not Doctor Dolittle.
he was not. He just was able to talk to animals. That's it.
All right,
That's
yeah.
Dr. Doolittle.
Jen,
And then the same
Jen,
name.
you want people to tell you when you're wrong? You're a
You're wrong.
Doctor Doolittle with I've forgotten his name, even though I just said it a little while ago.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, thank you. Is a complete fucking abomination.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah, we can.
Okay.
yeah, we-
I agree there.
I would say it was not only not in the style of the original, it had fucking magic as well.
Exactly. It's just the same name, and he could talk to animals after he had an accident or something. That was
Fantastic, wasn't it?
It was a shockingly bad movie.
it. Then
What
they
do
had
you
to make
expect?
2
It
and
was an Eddie
3.
Murphy movie.
Oh, that's right. They made sequels to it.
They did.
Yeah,
They did.
Oh, I forgot
I
about
believe
that.
they
That's
did 2
even
sequels after
worse.
2 and 3, I
But
believe.
would we have
yeah.
had Ace Ventura if we hadn't had that film?
Did we have to have Ace Ventura?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't stand Ace Ventura.
wait, hold on. I'm gonna IMDb real quick because I think Ace Ventura might have actually come first.
I might have done. In my head, it came after, but
So Ace Ventura was released in 1994.
What do I have to apologize for, Raven? What did I do wrong?
98, the Doctor Dolittle.
Yes, Ace Ventura came first.
Oh, in which case we can blame Ace Ventura for Doctor Dolittle.
Good.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's fair enough because Ace Ventura was a piece of shit.
Got to say, did not enjoy Ace Ventura.
Same.
One of those ones that where I was at the right age, where the memes, I was in the right age group where it should have been, and it was everywhere around me. And
I only saw the second one, and the second one I thought the second one was kind of okay.
Nah.
Um,
It
if you're thinking about Rex Harrison, Dr. Dolittle, that was actually 1960. Or if you're talking about the books, possibly 1920s, I'd have to check that. I know it's set in like Victorian England, though.
If we're going to really ruin Doctor who would Disney cast as the Doctor?
Ooh, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that when I thought I was asking the question. But no, he's never cast as anything anymore, is he?
Yeah.
They probably want to get Will Smith or someone like that and make him an action character.
Actually, depending on how the Doctor's written, I could see Will Smith as being a decent American Doctor.
Yeah,
it's if it wasn't written as an action film.
Disney we're talking about.
Yeah.
I guess if Kevin Feige was in charge of producing the show and making it work, even if it wasn't directly in the MCU, it could work.
Now, let's see. Oh man, I'm not too good on like what actors are actually still active.
Raven's probably right though. They'd probably cast Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, Johnny Depp would probably make a terrible Doctor because he's in that space. He seems to be in a phase where like every role has to be weird, and Jack Sparrow.
That's not necessarily a bad thing for the Doctor, but I just.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's weird, and then there's Johnny Depp weird.
Johnny Depp would make a great Master.
The problem with Johnny Depp, though, is he's going through a lot of drama right now in his life.
He does.
So he's not really doing his roles are
and
not.
He wouldn't hire him
I
because
think
of
that's
that.
where the problem lies in our plan.
Oh, okay. So I just had a thought as someone who'd either make a brilliant Doctor or it would be a complete train wreck. Nicolas Cage.
Oh, fuck off!
Train
no.
wreck.
That's
No, that would be definitely be a train wreck. He's not Doctor Who material.
Yeah,
No.
like it really depends on if you get good Cage or bad Cage.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there a difference?
Because there's like no in between. He's either really good or he's really bad.
I was thinking Robert Downey Jr. because I know he's in the MCU, but still, he could play that part. He does the English accent really well. He could do an English accent or do an American Doctor. I don't care, but he'd be enough of a draw for the money because he gets somebody that would draw.
Given that Disney actually like casting ex-Doctor Who character players, they might actually ask Matt Smith to come back.
Yeah.
No, I liked Matt Smith.
Yeah. No, I don't have a problem.
I really
with that.
loved David Tennant though, but I loved Matt
David's
Smith was
already-
good.
No, he hasn't.
I don't know because he was in
Yeah,
he was in the Netflix shows which may not be canon anymore.
Canon, yes. So no, they could ask David, but I don't know that they would. I think they'd probably go for someone new who'd never played the part
Right.
before. Else,
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also want someone that has a name that will give a lot of draw to the movie as well.
It hasn't necessarily been a requirement for some of the other actors he has hired.
It's,
Yeah.
Reminding
I
me
think
very much of the
If you wanted an older Doctor, you could always get Sean Connery.
Yeah, but he's not acting anymore.
Yeah.
Has he actually retired now?
Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah, he retired after the Lord of the Rings League of Extraordinary debacle. Which is which is actually a very interesting story.
Hi, Harrison Ford.
Now Harrison Ford, no, he's not. No, I don't
It
see
just
his Doctor
so
Who
weird.
though. He's too gruff. You can't have really gruff Doctor.
Well,
Does that
I don't
make
know.
sense?
I liked Eccleston, and Eccleston was a gruff Doctor.
Yeah, I wasn't too much a big fan of
as
him, but
long
I
as
know
you've
what you're
got as long
saying.
as you've got deep with it, you can have gruff.
Yeah.
I mean, I started watching with Peter Garibaldi, and I was just like, or Carapaldi, if that was his name.
You
And
say
Capaldi, sorry. I'm sorry. But I only couldn't watch that many episodes. I just didn't like him being the Doctor.
All right, I
it was a
saw.
very
I was
different
watching.
style to Matt Smith.
Yeah.
What about Michael Caine?
Oh,
I can't, he's horrible in it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Sorry,
can't
go ahead.
stand Michael Caine.
You can't stand him?
And Michael Caine.
but
Come on, he'd play the role brilliantly.
I
as
would
an
still
older
see.
Doctor.
Yeah, he'd be a good older Doctor.
If
That's
you were
for
doing
sure.
a reboot and you wanted to start with an older Doctor,
Yeah.
you'd have to do the job really well.
Then he regenerates to somebody younger. Yeah.
Yeah, you just do one movie and regenerate him.
Yeah.
yeah,
I can't think of any older actors though. That'd be in my
Oh,
head
you
right
do a
now.
couple of movies with him and oh god, they'd make it like bloody Bond.
they would, wouldn't they? That would be too much like Bond.
They actually, that's probably exactly what Disney were trying to do, make their own version of Bond.
Somebody says,
They did.
Nerdy
Triple
says
X.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Triple X was Bond. Well, American Bond.
They'd have a TARDIS companion who was basically Q, making extra stuff for the Doctor.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. Here's what I have for you now, Mr. Doctor Who. Yeah. Oh gosh, I just thought of something.
K9 probably, because then they've got the merchandising of this weird road.
I just
They're
thought of
probably not
something.
involved anymore. Maybe they go with a cat or a budgie or something.
A Doctor Who but it's Austin Powers. It's Doctor Who, like
Oh.
a crossover kind of thing. That would be interesting.
See, that's another one I didn't like at all. Austin Powers at all.
Or
Oh,
you know it's brilliant.
Powers.
You know what would be a brilliant kind of crossover is Hitchhiker's Guide and Doctor Who.
ooh, yes,
Oh,
that'd be
that
another
would
good
so
one.
work.
But you know why, don't you? I
Douglas
mean,
Adams.
Doctor Who is mostly what you think of as Doctor Who was mostly written by Douglas Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
but I'm just
what I'm
like
saying.
picturing like Arthur Dent stuck on the TARDIS.
The Ryan Shearer episodes that starred John Pertwee and Tom Baker were written by Douglas Adams.
Yeah.
Most lore of Doctor Who is written by Douglas Adams.
Okay. Like I say, it makes
Sorry.
sense now. Looking back on it.
You could do the same thing by tying in Blake Seven, almost. And I would love to see Blake Seven redone. And with a proper fucking ending. God, that pisses me off. I love Blake Seven, but I hate the ending.
Oh, there's a few shows like that I hate that have bad endings.
Well, the point with Blake Seven was there was the intention of doing another series, but it never got picked up for it. So they
Okay.
ended it so that it could end, but left it weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just doesn't gel well with me.
I was thinking they did that with Firefly here.
Oh, Firefly.
Fox did that. They
didn't-
canceled
No,
it
Fox-
and they had to
Fox
do the movie
completely
again.
screwed over Firefly from what I hear.
Yeah, they did.
did.
They did.
Technically, Disney have the rights to that now, don't they?
Yeah, I believe so. If it's a Fox, if Fox still owned it at the
They've
time.
done work with Josh Whedon before, so
Get out there.
could we see some more Firefly?
MICKEY, you must bow to me.
They did that with South. They actually did that in South Park. There was an episode where they went over to one of the guys went over to Japan. Stan Marsh, the character Stan Marsh went over to Japan to sell his
Yeah.
Tegrity weed over there, and found that all the Disney characters, were over there, working for Fox, doing commercials and stuff. And Mickey Mouse was like their dictator, overlord kind of deal.
Yeah.
He was like a mob boss kind of thing,
That's like one of the most prevalent Disney jokes out there. Like everyone does that joke.
Yes. But it had all the different characters, Star Wars, all the MCU characters, and he's he's being crappy to him,
And also,
So
PJ, I think Martin Freeman would make a better companion than a doctor.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
Also, one of the greatest things about like Black Panther was a great movie, but one of the greatest things about it is how the universe basically aligned to give us the perfect pun.
How would you feel about if Doctor Who was rebooted with John Pertwee's son playing the Doctor?
does he look like him?
He,
Just out of curiosity.
weird one, he looked like his old man, yeah.
Is he a spitting image of him? It'd be
He's a
interesting.
good actor.
Be very interesting.
I can't remember what his name is. What is his name? Dave, help me.
No idea.
Oh my god.
IMDb, here we come.
Help someone. Yeah, his surname is of course Pertwee, but I can't
Sean.
remember. Sean, that's right. Thanks.
Okay.
He played Alfred in
Laura Tomb
the
Raider.
Young Batman TV show.
Oh, in Gotham?
Yeah,
He was a great Alfred.
he was.
I really liked his Alfred.
If he has cosplayed his old man by putting a wig, and if
Oh
he puts
God.
a wig curly white wig on. He does look like his dad.
Do you think if he lets his hair grow, it's curly?
Sorry?
Do you think if he lets his hair grow, it's curly?
Yeah, it is curly, but yeah.
Now, PJ just said Hugo Weaving as the Doctor.
Oh, that could work.
Oh,
That
yeah.
could work.
I have no idea who that is.
Mr. Anderson in The Matrix.
Or Elrond in Lord of the Rings.
He was also in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. But yeah. Because he has that range. He could do that. He could do a Doctor nicely.
Yeah.
So Hugo Weaving in Lord of the Rings, like, there applies the perfect gift to use against a young Earther. He was like, I was there, Gandalf. I was there
Oh, yeah.
1,000 years ago.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what happened. I lived through it.
Yeah.
But were you there? The
I
person
was
with the
there
pig.
3,000 years ago.
Can we have him as an elf interview Ham?
That would be perfect.
Are you there? Yes.
So, how much money are we going to have to raise to get Hugo Weaving?
I don't know if we
You
can
can't-
you can actually cut the bit out of Ken Ham's debate with Bill Nye and juxtapose that with that thing. And we should actually make that for Chris's show.
Oh,
I was just thinking that
I
Yeah.
was
that
3,000 years ago.
that character of Hugo Weaving's in Lord of the Rings. That's what
Yeah.
who they wrote the Rolling Stones wrote that song about. Remember that song about the devil?
no.
Oh, what's
Re- I know Led Zeppelin put a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff in their song.
well, no, it was a song about I was there when Jesus Christ. That song. I
Oh,
can't
sympathy
remember
with
it.
the yeah,
So, there
sympathy
you go.
for the
That's
devil.
it. Yeah. That could actually be about him. If you think about it.
Nah,
No,
nah. All the elves left for the Grey Havens.
that's true. They weren't. Yeah.
Didn't
Or-
want them to stay.
In my personal crossover fan theory, that they went into space and became Vulcans.
Oh, that's a good one.
You off as a woman and get Dame Judi Dench.
What?
They could start the Doctor off as a woman and get Dame Judy.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's interesting.
yeah.
I'd love Joanna Lumley to reprise
Oh,
the role.
Joanna Lumley would be absolutely awesome. And she has done it. Just,
Yeah, first female Doctor.
Yeah.
What about Kate Blanchett?
maybe.
That's a possibility.
Sigourney Weaver.
Hmm. No, I don't think so.
I think it would depend. The problem you've got is an awful lot of actors and actresses could do it.
Yeah.
Depends on how it was written.
More of a problem is who would write the script.
Yeah,
It'd have to be.
Than who would be the Doctor. I think that would be the big issue. So
I think we've seen that. I think nothing exemplifies that more than the current series.
Yeah.
That you can have a very good you can have a very good character, and
And
the
a good
writing really let it down.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Jodie Whittaker. She is
No.
very capable. I think her, especially coming into the new series, she's really grown into it as playing the Doctor. But some of the
Problem
shows,
is, here's what I think. The current Doctor Who makes good Sarah Jane episodes.
well, that's the problem,
Okay.
because they've tried to restyle that. Well, they've deliberately restyled Doctor Who to aim more to the kids.
I think that's the mistake on a massive
Yeah,
scale.
Doctor Who. Yeah, it needs to be more general than that. Although when I watched the starting of this season hasn't really been written directly towards kids.
No, but they're still some. The plot holes are still ridiculously stupid. That says that no one read this damn script.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think that was a problem for the first 2 episodes. I actually think it's quite good. I mean, there was still plot holes, but there's always plot holes in Doctor Who. Even going back to classic, you still get fucking loads of plot holes.
Yeah.
The plot holes in the 3rd episode are so big you could drive a fucking truck through them.
Oh, jeez.
And you're right. If you take away the last 10 minutes and rewrite that, you could fix the whole fucking thing because it was really good until then.
It's just like we're going to preach, and we're going to preach a lot.
Best female Doctor. Well, there's only been one so far, PJ, but the best actress to play it, Joanna Lumley,
I can see Tilda Swinton as.
I can see Tilda.
Yeah, I was
Doctor.
gonna say Tilda Swinton because she was a master, wasn't she? Was she the master? Doctor Strange?
Yeah, she was the ancient one.
The ancient one. Thank you. The ancient one. Yeah.
Oh, she could definitely
She could
carry
pull
her.
it off. Oh yeah,
Which-
she could.
Which they kind of did to kind of let it be shown to Chinese audiences, because in the comics, the ancient one's actually a Tibetan man, and
Okay.
yeah, China's not too fond of Tibetans.
Oh no,
No,
not
they're not.
Scarlett Johansson.
No.
I
No.
like Scarlett Johansson. I just
I
don't
like
think
her,
her
but I don't
style
see her as a doctor. No.
Yeah, she's a bit too what's the word? She's a bit too blank slate to be the Doctor.
Right.
You need somebody who can bring their own personality to the role.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think she'd work.
And nobody can. I don't think a lot of people can see past Black Widow with her anyway.
Yeah,
Right now.
And aside from that, if you're wondering, any of these actors who have actually appeared in the MCU could not be part of it if you were actually going to wrap the Doctor
True.
into the MCU. So
Yeah.
you couldn't recycle anyone who played a role where you actually saw their face properly.
Well, Tilda Swinton could because she had the bald head and everything. And if you do
Yeah.
do her right, no one's gonna know. Yeah.
I probably they wouldn't though for the same reasons though, because she's already been
Probably.
on it, so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that.
Um,
Yeah, there's a few, but
there's quite a few. I think if Disney did it, they'd still start with an old man Doctor, even if they regenerate.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Even if they
They
ended
wanna
up
go-
regenerating into a young woman for the next Doctor, they would start with the old man.
I think they'd almost want to stay true to what it was before.
Yes. So they'd be
it-
picking an actor who'd fit that.
Like in
so
the 60s, 70s. They'll try and
So
go back to that and
what
then
you
work
can
up.
do, you could get Sean Pertwee because he could easily play the older guy.
yeah.
Now, Raven brings up a
No,
good
the
point.
Doctor does not have to be white,
You're
right?
right. No, he just.
So
Yeah.
you could have Morgan Freeman.
You could have Idris Elba, Morgan Freeman.
Old Doctor Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, that'd be. Oh,
Actually,
Morgan
I-
Freeman
think
would
of it.
make an awesome old Doctor.
Morgan Freeman for the Doctor.
You know what? I'm going on Twitter right now.
You're gonna say Disney reboots the Doctor and casts Morgan Freeman. Make it an announcement like it's
I'm just
actually
trying to think of other actors that could. Yeah.
Doctor Who to Disney announces Morgan Freeman as the Doctor.
rumor. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh, this is too funny.
Now I want to see it though. Kevin
Right.
Feige producing. Who would direct though? And who would write? I'd want Neil Gaiman to write.
Oh, who would direct? I don't know.
I like Neil Gaiman's writing. He knows how to write for Doctor Who. He's a brilliant writer. He can write at that level.
One Ring, are you One Ring 3 on Twitter?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I followed you or not.
Why are you One Ring 3? I didn't actually notice that.
Maybe it's because it's Twitter 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, it's because I just did One Ring and they gave me 3.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
I
no
gotcha.
special significance. That's terrible.
But yeah, I just
I
tweeted it out.
Supposed to have a good backstory for it, not just Alex gave me that number.
Yeah.
Tweeted it with, oh my god! I
Oh, PJ, no, PJ. Did you see what PJ put down? Iced tea.
Oh.
No, she means Ice Cube. No, Ice T is the one that was on Law and Order. I think he'd be better.
Oh, this is shocking.
Ice Cube would be good too. Martin Lawrence.
Dear. We still have, so if Neil Gaiman wrote it, who
Yeah.
would direct it?
That is a good question.
I don't know too many good.
I tell you who I don't want to direct it: Michael Bay.
No explosions. No.
Oh, you know who they probably would get because you'd want to if it was at Disney level. What's his name? Who did Lord of the Rings?
Peter Jackson.
Yeah, because Peter Jackson has been wanting to do Doctor Who anyway, but he hasn't been able to fit it in his schedule.
Yeah.
Because he's a big Doctor Who fan. So if Disney offered him the money, I'm sure he'd fit it into his schedule.
What about Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah.
That's too.
Because he did
that'd be
Hellboy, and he was a
interesting.
big fan of Hellboy, and he kept Hellboy to tried to keep it to the the comics.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a good one. No Quentin Tarantino either. No Quentin Tarantino.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I could if like
Depends on what
I
direction you want to
could
go with.
potentially see like David Tennant like jumping in as a director.
Yeah,
Because a lot of actors make the jump to director.
which would make sense because he knows the
it's-
character. Yeah.
Well, and
You know who's directing Picard?
Who's
You know
directing Picard?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Jonathan Frakes.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I know he's a director. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
I still think Peter Jackson. Just because we know he actually wants to do it, and he would be so true to it.
Yeah.
Oh, PJ, Michael Bay would rock. The TARDIS could transform. Can you imagine?
TARDIS bots roll out.
TARDIS car. It turns into a TARDIS car. TARDIS plane. A TARDIS plane. Yeah. I know she means.
TARDIS does not fly very well.
No. But when I say transform, you could like shapeshift or something. If you need a plane, turn into a plane, you can fly.
Underneath the eye.
There you go.
They regenerate. It's such a surprise.
Oh my god, that'd be funny. That'd be funny.
No, Michael Bay's.
No Michael Bay. No, he likes to do explosions. No.
My opinion of Michael Bay is he should be like ahead of special effects. He shouldn't be.
Yeah, he shouldn't direct.
Right.
Yeah, because he knows how to make an explosion look good. I'll give him that.
That's true.
Yes, that ends up being all his movies are.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Is it's like, okay, this is not that kind of movie.
He should just
Now
make
from Michael
it.
Bay, a romantic comedy when one explosion meets another explosion.
Yes.
Chemistry happens.
Direct. Fantasia.
An explosion brought them together. An explosion will tear them apart.
Literally.
You know? Literally.
Oh my god.
Then they meet the lovable Optimus Prime, and you know, it goes from there.
Yeah,
Oh my
actually,
gosh!
if you're going to Americanize Doctor Who, you couldn't have a coloured Doctor because you'd be being stopped by the police all the time.
Do you know how fast your TARDIS was going? Is this your TARDIS? Oh, and an American George stolen.
I know that's a little bit racist, but
It is, but it's
I just made it worse in my head.
oh no.
If you had a black American doctor, he'd
Yeah.
regenerate in 2 minutes.
ooh.
You know,
Walk out the TARDIS, shot.
2 minutes after meeting a cop, he would regenerate.
Yes. Oh,
Good idea. No.
oh my gosh.
Well, I was talking about ending the
There's a
stream
Fringe
because it's nearly 2 a.m. and I should get some
It's
sleep.
2:30, yeah.
And I think Purple Stream has started for people who wants to
Has
go
it?
over there and stuff. So,
Shit.
and I'm sure that's where everybody else wants to be is Purple Stream. So,
Aw, that's okay.
no, I don't want to be stealing Purple's time. You know,
I gotcha. No prob.
I think he's got 20 minutes till his starts.
okay. So
I'm
that
gonna
gives
go
you
look
time to
and
go to the
see.
loo and have a cup of coffee and get on his stream.
I'm gonna go look.
And me
check it out.
to go to bed and get some sleep.
Yeah.
You're not
You
allowed
know,
to go
I-
to bed.
Show yourselves. Go on, Ring.
I'm wondering, I just recently released my first response video. It premiered yesterday. I tell the person I'm responding to fuck up, to go fuck himself.
Oh, whoa. I'll have to watch that.
Well done. I haven't
But
seen
yeah.
it yet. So I've got to go and watch it.
Talking about morality and storytelling, so very much on brand for me.
Okay.
Also, I do have a Twitter poll up about what I should cover for next week's Dungeons and Divinity.
Yes, and all you people who didn't bother to go and watch the stream that Ring and I did last weekend, go watch it because it was really good.
Yeah.
and it didn't go for very long. So
You know, watch a stream for your Witcher.
yeah.
Oh, Valley of Plenty, oh, Valley of Plenty. Whoa.
Anything else, Ring?
What?
Anything else you wanted to show?
I'm going to be helping with the Ken Ham roast in a couple weeks, and on the 8th, I'll be on Neil, the 604 Atheists conversion stories.
Cool, awesome. Plus our gaming stuff, which will happen sometime in February.
Eventually, yes.
Eventually, when I get my ass in the gear.
Yeah, once we figure out, once we get things set up.
All right, Global Mum, what are you up to?
Well, I just premiered a video yesterday called the ISS Women with Permed Hair. And I have another premiere on Friday. I'm doing a retrospective of my videos from last year. So I'm doing a couple videos a week. So this Friday will be number 3, part 3 of it. It'll be at 1:15 on my channel. Huh?
I wish I was that organized at the moment.
But it'll be 1:15 my time and then 9:15 UK time
Cool.
on Friday. So I'm doing this every Friday for like another month or so until it's done, basically. So
Brilliant.
yep.
Dave.
And after that, I'm on live chat. So
I'm randomly shouting at Christians.
You're doing what?
randomly shouting at Christians.
Randomly shouting at Christians on Twitter.
Oh, follow Dave on Twitter. He's so much fun.
I'll have to check. I don't know if I do or not.
All these people, I think you're all thinking you can put your own stuff in the chat. People know who you are anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I'm Jen. You know who I am because you're actually here. But if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and check out my shit because
Nerdy had an important question. Nerdy had an important question for you.
It did, and I'll get there by the end of the video.
Yeah, I'm already following Critical, so that's cool. Okay.
Wherever Nerdy's question was. That one. So, in answer to Nerdy's question, please do not choke on the selfie stick.
Yes, don't.
And thanks, guys, for joining us. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.